And go to WMMS.com, the contest tab there for more details. I think you can register there. I'll have a couple of ticket stops I'll be telling you about very soon. And you can win, obviously, here on the show. So caller 10, be at least 21, and we'll see you end of next month on the cruise. Good luck. Caller 10, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Summertime means beers, barbecues, and fishing the occasional drunk friend out of the lake while he searches for his arm.
Hey, buddy, you find it?
This is the Alan Cox Show.
Here come the Hawks, the mighty Black Hawks. Take the attack, yeah, and we'll back you, Black Hawks. You're flying high.
Alan, are you going to talk about Rocky Wirtz dying? Of course I'm going to talk about Rocky Wirtz dying. It's a name that probably means nothing here, but I'm a lifelong Chicago Blackhawks fan, and Rocky Wirtz has run that franchise for many years. It's been in his family since the 50s. And for a sports market with no shortage of owners that you can hate on, Rocky Wirtz was not one of those guys. He was the guy that really pulled the Blackhawks out of the darkness. 20 years ago, Chicago Blackhawks were frequently referred to as the worst team in any professional sport.
Well, why'd they get so into the darkness? They only really had one hit.
Take the attack, yeah, and we'll back you, Black Hawks. You're flying high now.
Bill Squire in Detroit this weekend among the Red Wings fans.
That's right.
But Rocky Wirtz died at 70 after a very, very short illness. I don't know if people saw it coming, but again, he was a guy who really turned the franchise around. He got them into the 20th century. His dad died about 15 years ago, and then Rocky Wirtz took over for his dad, but he got the Blackhawks back on television. He hired the guy who had been running the Cubs and moved him over to run the Hawks. He was bringing some of the classic players back into the fold, guys like Stan Mikita and Bobby Hull, and he was bringing those guys back in.
The Donuts guy.
The Donuts guy from Wayne's World.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of years into his tenure, Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup.
Uh-huh.
And then they won another one in 2013. And then they win another one in 2015.
Wow.
That's a pretty cool.
They beat the Lightning in Tampa to take home another Stanley Cup. So Rocky Wirtz, there are all kinds of, just about every owner of a professional sports team in the city of Chicago, everybody hates on publicly. But Rocky Wirtz was not really that guy. He was a guy that a lot of people had to credit the success of the Chicago Blackhawks over the past 20 years. And he died after a very short illness at 70. Say what? What happened? Who?
We didn't say anything.
Mary said something.
I didn't say anything.
She probably just was shooting down. He would
Don't
do anything to
start
help.
with me.
Help
I
the
literally
Blackhawks.
didn't even say anything. I don't know anything about hockey. Coming at me.
You come at everyone.
I don't. If you have a dumb idea, I'm going to tell you.
If no one else will tell you about your dumb ideas, Bill, at least Mary will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, some people would
Not
say,
very helpful though.
well, to that point, some people would say, well, it's not helpful unless you kind of have a response of your own. If you have a better idea.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you think before you speak, Bill.
That's not what this
That's
show
not
is
the
about.
business we're in, Mary.
We speak.
That is not the business
Never
we're in.
think.
That's not what pays the bills around here.
Listen, I've
Pays-
never.
You know what pays the bills?
What?
Thinking of dumb ways to go poop and pee.
Nailed it. On that subject, by the way, I know you guys all sent me those Mountain Dew hot dogs, which are fake. But you want to talk about something for a number two.
Make them yourself.
The Mountain Dew hot dogs. The French's mustard Skittles, by the way, are very
someone
real.
Sent me this.
Mustard Skittles. I don't know. I love these companies that are like, okay, we have to come up with something to get people talking about us because nobody's talking about mustard. So you're like, let's see. Your move, Bertmans.
We got to get mustard back into the zeitgeist.
Yeah. You know, years ago, it was like the colored ketchups, right?
Yeah.
Hey, there's green ketchup, and nobody
Purple.
bought them. Nobody cared.
I tried them. They just didn't taste the same.
Well, because you couldn't get your head around the color and hoping it tasted like ketchup, which it did. It just tasted like ketchup.
No,
but
it tasted different.
I don't know that they were flavored. They
No,
were
they
ketchups.
weren't flavored, but they tasted more
Different.
synthetic.
I think that, well, maybe, but I'm just saying, I think a lot of people, it was psychosomatic. They didn't think it tasted like mustard because it was green or purple. And so your brain goes, well, that's not ketchup. Anyway, limited edition, thank the gods. French's mustard Skittles are going to drop just in time for Halloween.
Nice.
These dropped yesterday. One of America's most famous and popular candies. I like to mix them with M&Ms in a big bowl.
You are a crazy person.
And
Don't do that.
Here's
now
the
what you're
thing.
going to see, here's what I think you're going to see for the remainder of the summer, is you're going to see TikTokers eating their hot dogs with mustard Skittles on them.
Which doesn't sound that bad.
Well, it doesn't sound that
I
good.
would try it.
I mean, is a hot dog something that you want that much of a crunch on? Like
You put pickles on it.
but those don't have a crunch, not
Pickles
a hard
should
shell.
have a crunch.
Well, maybe a little bit of a pickle snap. Dr. Ryan Berglund, by the way, while I'm thinking of it, is going to be here on Friday. Think of the
Speaking
pickle
of
snap.
Pickle
Thinking
snap.
of pills.
Dr. Berglund will be here for another installment of Visit Red. So, guys, if you've had your own unfortunate pickle snaps, you can email me with questions. He'll be here, and if you can't listen live, but you have an issue with your meats and cheeses, if the Franken beans aren't doing what you want it to do, he will come and answer some of your questions. Now back to the mustard Skittles. Yeah, you might want a little bit of a snap from a pickle, but you don't want like a hard crunch.
Well, I mean,
from
Happy Dog puts Fruit Loops and all kinds of crunchy, hard things on there.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that
I
I'm
would
curious how
try it.
popular that is.
I would try a mustard Skittle on a hot dog, 'cause why not?
I'm annoyed because my favorite Skittle are the lemon ones. I love lemon flavored candies. So you put them all into a bowl, and then you've got your Berry Burt's every flavor beans.
Yes.
Bean boozled.
That's
is it
right.
lemon or is it mustard?
That's right. We should do that.
We should do that.
Let's
don't wanna
get
do that.
some. Why don't you want to do that?
Because I don't want to. I like. Okay, I'll do it.
We don't have to.
got bean boozled, bitch!
I'm just curious why you vociferously don't want to do
Because
it.
I like the lemon ones, and I don't want to throw a handful in my mouth and then have the lemon mixed with the mustard and then ruin the lemon ones for me.
Well, we're going to do it one at a time.
One at a time.
Okay.
We're just going to take giant handfuls of
I don't
Skittles
know.
and
I don't
flop
know how
them in
you
her
play the
face.
game.
But listen, man, if you're running a mustard company, this is your competition, you know? French's did mustard-flavored hot dog buns. They did mustard ice cream. The whole thing.
Okay,
This is what you're up against. If you're another,
if you're Heinz, you got
if you're
to
Heinz, Bertman's, you know.
come after them. Mustard Rolos.
Is the mustard inside the mustard the caramel?
Does it take
Yeah.
the place of the caramel? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You can roll a Rolo to your pal.
Or-
It's filled with mustard.
Are you coating the caramel filling in mustard and allowing it to somehow harden?
Oh, you
We
mean
can
in
do one
place
of
of the?
each,
Is it
yeah.
in place of the chocolate
Yeah.
or the caramel? Okay.
I think we should experiment with both. I think
Oof.
it would be fun to try.
I don't think that those flavors go together. Mustard and chocolate, or mustard and caramel.
You know,
We can make it work.
I got a bone to pick, by the way, with the fact that Cleveland doesn't get, because these French's mustard Skittles. You can go online and you can order some, but they're going around the country doing pop-up events. So like Atlanta, D.C., New York. What was the last cool pop-up thing we got in Cleveland? Where are all the pop-ups? They go, hey, we're coming to Cleveland with mustard-flavored Skittles. Not the most important thing in the world, but it would be cool to happen here. Why you got to skip us?
I can't think of the last time there was
Flyover
a
country? No.
mustard pop-up.
No, I don't mean any pop-up.
Oh, any
What was the last
pop-up.
cool pop-up that happened in Cleveland?
I don't know. I don't have my ear to the ground on pop-ups.
You don't?
I don't.
Boy, I sure do.
Well,
And I'm hearing crickets.
I don't know.
Well,
I feel
think
like
about
they had
that.
some pop-ups in the past couple of years that were maybe not the top pop-ups, but they were, pretty neat pop-ups.
Well,
I know they
anyway.
brought the Rick and Morty bus 5-6 years ago.
Whatever.
They got that.
Bunch of
And
nerds lining
LeBron
up to
did
get some sauce.
a shoe release event right around the corner here. That in that bank that's the Citizens now. They had a bunch of LeBron shoes in there. I went to that.
Was he
pop-up
there?
and bought, no, but his shoes were. And I
Okay, but
bought
they
a
were.
pair.
But that's a local connection. I mean, a random coming through Cleveland pop up. LeBron, you're playing with house money when you throw his name into the mix in Cleveland because he is. Check my notes. From Akron, Ohio. But they're on their mustard mobile. French's has a yellow bus that's going to be going around the country and not stopping in Cleveland. So for our bureau chiefs in Atlanta,
You know what they should do? Skittles should
D.C.
also,
or New York.
like make a hot dog flavored Skittle.
What kind of hot dog? Kosher?
Yeah, I mean just like a all beef hot dog.
Uh-huh.
So
A beef Skittle.
hot dog Skittle, hot dog meat like Mitt Romney likes.
Oh,
Hot
not.
dog meat's his favorite meat.
Well, I
and then
saw
it's
that.
hamburger meat and then steak.
I saw that. I imagine his is a plain bun, no condiments. Skittles don't crunch, they're chewy. No, the outside is still
It's got the candy shell on it.
candy shell. Right.
It gets chewy after you, but there is an initial crunch.
And Mary's already anti-mustard in general. We've established that.
Over this.
Well, I'm just reiterating for people who might be new to the program and saying, why does that young lady sound so crotchety? Because she's established. She doesn't care for mustard at the ballpark or anywhere else.
I don't. Okay.
What?
I don't mind mustard as a condiment.
You hate mustard, the
The
person.
being,
The person.
the
The
being,
entity.
The
The
entity.
anthropomorphic condiment you
Mhm.
want nothing to do with.
Correct.
Why? Did he hurt you?
Yes.
How?
I don't want to talk about it. I was on his roster. Oh. Hello?
You what?
I was on his roster.
I
Wait, you used to F mustard?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why you always
That's
say
why I
F
always
mustard?
say it. Yeah.
I didn't know it was I used to F mustard.
We
I
used
thought
to
it was
date.
yeah.
Me and Mustard used to date. in my meeting.
Yeah.
You puke on mustard too many times, and
Yep. It was Frank's with benefits.
She was his mustard plug.
Ay, in between the buns. Okay.
Good band.
Yeah.
I was not aware that we were cut off for a couple of minutes for a tornado warning. I have no way of hearing that anymore. At Oak Tree, we were able to do that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
surprised
That's
Oh.
what that was.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened before now, but people are texting me that we got cut off for a couple of minutes.
Where's there supposed to be a tornado?
Through the area, I guess. There's supposed to be some severe. I didn't hear the warning. We were the only ones who
Yeah.
didn't hear it. So
we
as long as you guys did, and you can get yourself to shelter severe storm around 5:30, I guess is what is happening. So, Alan, what about soy sauce gushers?
Whoa,
Oh.
no.
See, I don't care for soy sauce, so I wouldn't have anything to do with that. But
Very salty.
indeed. But I have nothing to do with that.
Gushers are so good.
Alan, what would you guys say? What would you guys say is your worst quality?
I mean,
Lactose intolerance.
That's your worst quality. I'm too
Probably.
humble. That's my worst quality. Your worst quality is that you're lactose intolerant? Yeah, but you
Yeah.
don't have any control over that.
That's what I mean.
I'm in too good a shape.
Yeah.
I'm too
Well,
giving.
let me rephrase that. I'm in too many shapes.
There you go. Your body is too many shapes. My worst quality, man, there's so many.
Because you can't really control your lactose intolerance. That's your body. That's
That was
it.
my
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, we're
answer.
talking about personality.
I got a lot of bad ones. I have no healthy coping mechanisms. It's probably a big one.
Yeah, but you're working on that too.
I'm working on it, but in the meantime, it causes a lot of problems in my life.
So, like, if something bad happens, you just want to
I want to run or gamble or get high or
then run.
no,
She wants to run to a casino.
not like run to exercise, like run away,
away.
like move, like take
Yeah.
my cat and get in the car and move somewhere else, get away from any problems that I
Like
have.
how you take the cat.
Sure, she's my best friend. So.
Understood.
Here's one of mine. I hate having to tell people what's wrong with them.
What?
Because the burden always falls on him.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't just be one. Erie and Ottawa counties, I'm being told, So like Port Clinton area, is that right?
I don't know.
There you go. Bill, it shouldn't be on him to apprise people
You
of
should
what
know you're
their
being annoying. I shouldn't have to tell you
qualities.
you're annoying.
Okay, but that's not a quality that you have. That's like a job.
Well, I don't do it.
a job. It's a
I
dirty
should-
job,
I
but
should
someone's got to do
I
it.
should be able to tell people that they're annoying and need to shut up, and I don't care, but I just listen.
Intently, or you pretend that you're listening?
I mean, I try to listen intently, but it's so hard. Just shut up.
Yeah, but you never know what you're going to get from somebody. Even when you're talking to somebody and on the surface you go, boy, I couldn't care less about this. Every so often you'll kind of get a little nugget of something and you go, huh.
Eh,
So, you know, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, as it were.
That's another one.
Throwing out the
He's-
babies.
He's
never
throwing so many
checked the
babies.
bathwater,
I know, he doesn't.
And there's just all these babies in there, and I go, oh, it happened again. I made a note, a reminder. I just keep doing it.
An alarm on his phone.
Mhm.
Stop throwing babies out with the bathwater. What is the baby doing in there unattended in the first place?
I mean, really.
I mean,
And why is it face down?
blowing bubbles? I use humor to deflect from real emotions.
We never noticed.
Yeah, but is that a...
That's a bad quality.
But is it?
yes.
Why?
When you use it to not feel at all, it's just like drinking or using drugs.
Well, not at all. He didn't say at all. Deflect.
yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to deal with his emotions, so he'd rather make a joke about
I don't
it and
want to deal
hopefully
with your
move
emotions.
anybody's
sorry.
There
emotions.
you go.
It's not
Now
your job
we're
to deal with
getting...
my emotions.
I should have asked Bill what your worst quality is.
I told you, there's a lot, man. There's a long list. I got a
Well,
lot of
worst
problems.
imply. I know you have multiple best friends, but worst would imply
The worst.
The worst.
The worst quality that I have.
this person's
I think-
asking us what our
Oh,
worst
man.
quality is.
I think
I
her
love
worst
drama.
quality is openness to new bathroom ideas.
I'm really bad at that. I love drama. I do love gossip and drama, and I sometimes create it in my life when I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, that's not a good quality.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I got a lot of bad qualities.
So you'll
man.
just because things are going smooth, you're like, yeah, let's throw a wrench in this. Oh,
But
you
it's-
do like to pick a fight.
I pick a
You-
fight.
Why? Oh,
Yeah.
You're a saboteur.
I would.
It's a self-sabotage thing. Things are going too well. I don't know how to live in peace and
harmony?
happiness. So let me go ahead and muff this up real quick so that I feel more comfortable and at home in a traumatic state. I did just have therapy today, so this is a well-timed question from the listener.
Well, there you go. Your timing is,
Dave said my worst
listener,
quality
your timing is impeccable.
is that I always mumble and whisper into the microphone. But shut up, Dave. Idiot.
Cody, what's your worst quality? Your lack of ambition?
That's not the worst. That's one of them.
Your love of people getting hurt and molested, so you watch it as comfort TV?
Hurt and molested. You know, I love people getting hurt and molested.
Well, I guess that's your opinion of the worst one. I think mine is probably I overthink things that don't even, like things that aren't even happening. I make up boyfriends and fight with them that I'm not even like,
I make up fights all the time.
but in my head, I hurt my own feelings.
Well,
Yeah.
and
the
then
problem
I'm
with
mad all
that,
day
the
at a
problem,
person that didn't do anything.
and the problem with that is there's only so much time and energy that any given person has, which means you're underthinking things that are actually important.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a problem. I overthink things that
don't matter.
don't matter
Yeah.
and underthink things that really I should
That's
get a handle on.
anxiety, though. That's like anxiety 101. You know that every time I bring a Red Bull,
Another
in
problem
here,
I have is I interrupt people.
No, we never noticed that either.
Interrupting cow.
Every time I bring a Red Bull into work, the entire drive to work, I'm having a fake fight with our boss, Keith Hotchkiss, because he stole my Red Bull that one
That
time.
one
So
time.
every time I buy one to bring into work, I'm already preparing for a fight. And I know Cody's done this too, not necessarily in that situation, but you make up a fight with someone you might not even see that day. Just in case it happens, you'll know what you're going to say.
Like
But
But
do you
why-
actually say what you think you're going to say
Yeah.
in the moment?
Yes, that's why
So
you
like
practice.
when you practice a fight, you go, "I'm ready for this."
Yeah, but then
That's not fair because I didn't get time to prepare.
99% of the time, the fight doesn't happen.
No, 100% of the time the fight. Yeah, but why not do it spontaneously? That's how you keep yourself on your toes.
I don't want to be on my toes. I want to be prepared. Right, Cody?
Yeah,
But you're preparing-
It's scary that we are very in sync about some things and then completely opposites one another. But yeah, the whole anxiety thing and not faking fights, but making up fights. Like I had a fantasy of like what I wanted my dream guy to be, and then even in my fantasy he cheats on me, and then I imagine how hurt I am. Do I take him back? Do I stay? Like, you know,
What am I gonna do about this situation
Yeah.
that's probably gonna happen 15 years from
so
now?
even in my fantasy, he cheats on me, and
Why not put your energies towards things that are happening?
You guys just need
because
bigger
it's a
problems.
problem,
Right,
Like,
but why
yeah.
not? Why isn't it a problem that you work on?
You
because
can't
it
really
doesn't
work on that.
exist.
Yeah,
You can work-
can't work on a problem that isn't there.
How do I tell my counselor? So
You can
I'm
work
really
on
You guys aren't
anything.
busy enough. That's all it comes down
That's
to
not
me.
true,
Too much
'cause
free time.
We're
It
too
takes up-
busy.
I was gonna say it takes up time where I'm supposed to be doing things. It's in
Well,
like,
then do the things. If you just start doing the
I
things,
can't do
you
the
then
go
you
on
things.
yeah you
autopilot.
can.
It's
Yeah,
Yes, you
autopilot.
can.
With my
Yeah.
second husband is already filing for divorce. I cannot focus on my
That's
work
what I'm saying.
today.
And I'm talking about my mom, and I'm like, how hard my mom's life was. I'm like, all she wanted me to do was find a husband that loves me, and I'm like, you know, she's gonna have a say in this divorce, and you know, but if I listen to my brother, he's the rational one. He's gonna be like, no, stand up for yourself. Don't let him bully you. And I bring my family into it.
So much.
Loser, loser, loser.
So much.
But ask me what we talked about last segment, and I can't remember.
Exactly, because we're too busy making up fights.
Yeah, I do the same things every day, so I'm like, it's almost all autopilot. So there's room in there to play, and my imagination runs wild.
do want a hot dog now.
Now I'm just thinking of all the negative words that I associate with my personality. Narcissistic,
Well, listener,
egotistical.
you've really opened up a can of worms here.